There is a video where the pastor is expelling a demon out of you.
Be silent in the mighty name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus, I command you to be still right now. Come all the way up. All the way up. Wherever you are. In the name of Jesus. Come out right now. Let him go. Release him. All the way out. Right now. Let him go. All the way out.
One thing about with whack, they don't like me because when I say something, it be real, and I'm going to show you the proof of it. I'm never going to let nothing come out my mouth that I don't have the proof. So Spider looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the county.
What the? You are now in the Black Box. Whoa. With Spider Loke, Most Easty, a.k.a. BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang. Let's go!
Listen. Gratitude is the attitude. Show is a blessing. To be back in the Black Box. Black Box.
Relax, roll up as we randomly react to content in these YouTube streets. Yeah. It's time for R&R.
Like with that hustle. Big shout out to my SPR, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the Black Box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
Y'all see the title. Y'all seen the intro. That was King Yellow. Man, I don't knock nobody's spiritual quest and journey, but that was some bush. I remember my sons, they're two of them are 17 and one of them is 18 currently. And I remember when they was like, maybe two of them was 7 and the other one was 8, or maybe they was like 8 and 9, right up in there. And I took them to a church for a giveaway called Christmas in August. One of my partners invited me to. It was one of these mega churches. He said they're giving away bikes and all that, bring the boys. So we went up there, long story short, before you went out in the parking lot and was able to get at the bikes and the toys and all that, they had like a little small church service. It wasn't like on a Sunday or a weekend. It was like a day during the week. So, but they had like this little rally inside the church. They sang some church songs, right? I'm in there singing the songs because I didn't raise my boys in church similar to how I did my daughters. So they went a little bit, but not as much. They didn't go to private school and all that. So they didn't really get to see me in that environment, participating in church as much as my children did. So I didn't want them to get the idea that this was foreign to me or it's something I wasn't into. So I was really participating, singing the songs, even waving my hand a few times, just so they could see, hey, ain't nothing not cool about this if this is what you attracted toward. But then, right before it was time to go out to the parking lot and enjoy the festivities, they said everybody go in a single file line, row after row, and go the same way out the same door. And as you walked out, they had like sets of people facing each other, two here, two here, two here, and it was maybe about 6, 7 sets of two, so make maybe about 12, 14 people, and you had to walk down this little row where either person would be on both sides of you, and these people, they all had oil, holy oil, with oil. They was taking the oil and they were just touching people on the head as they walked through and praying for them. They had the music playing and it was all going. And all these people, I'm talking about girls that had like 13 earrings on each ear, 14 chains, 6 rings on every finger. They doing the regular soon as they walked through that thing, they got the falling out and screaming. Woo. Now, the way we walked through, it was my 3 boys. 1, 2, 3, then me. I'm the last one. We walking. So we going through the thing. Soon as we finish, you walk through the door. It's like a hallway. You finna go out there, get your food, and go to the party. Soon as we walked through, like clockwork, all 3 of my boys turned around like, Daddy, why were they doing that? What's wrong with them? And I mean, without having the time to think, I want to teach my kids about God in church. And you would think I would say, oh, that's the Holy Spirit. I said, man, they some bullshit. They on some bullshit. Oh, my, that's all I could think to say. But with no further ado, let's see what those caught up in organized religion have been up to.
Why do so many people believe things that make no sense? Not just unusual things, but entire systems of belief that ask for total commitment while offering no clear evidence, no reliable logic, and no consistent truth. Organized religion is one of those systems. It presents itself as a path to truth, to morality, and to meaning. But when you look closely, none of it holds up. It looks more like a house built on stories, fear, repetition, and authority. And yet, billions follow it. Let's start with something simple. If a religion claims to be the one true path, then by definition, every other religion must be wrong. But there are thousands of religions and tens of thousands of sects. They all make exclusive claims. They all think they are right, which means most of them, maybe all of them, have to be wrong. They can't all be right, but they can all be wrong. This isn't just a numbers game. It's a reality check. If you were born in India, you'd likely be Hindu. If you were born in Iran, you'd probably be Muslim. If you were born in Italy, chances are you'd grow up Catholic. Your religion is tied to geography, not truth. That's not a path to divine insight. That's a map of inherited tradition. Religions don't spread because they're true. They spread through power, through
especially Christianity. Go do your research on the Crusades, and just think. Go do your history on the Crusades of the Christians, and think about how Christians in our time use evangelistic efforts and call them crusades. It's crazy.
conditioning. Think about it. When was the last time you heard someone say they independently researched every religion and landed on the one they happened to be born into?
Nah, the religion I was raised in taught you it was basically evil to study any other religion. And we was taught that if you do, you will be convinced that it is true. That's why you don't go studying it. It's a whole coup. Crazy.
It doesn't happen. People are handed their beliefs long before they can think critically. That's not education. That's indoctrination. The deeper problem is this: religions ask you to believe without evidence. In any other part of life, this would be a red flag. If a stranger told you he could cure cancer with moonlight, you'd ask for proof. But if someone tells you God spoke through a bush or dictated a book to a man in a cave, you're not supposed to question it. You're supposed to believe it and feel guilty if you don't. Organized religion thrives on guilt. It tells you that you are broken, that you are born sinful, that you are constantly being watched, that your thoughts are not your own. And then it offers you forgiveness, but only on its terms, only if you submit. That's not love. That's psychological control. And then there's the obsession with obedience, not ethics, not compassion, obedience. Many religions don't ask you to think, they ask you to follow. The rules are often arbitrary. No pork, no shellfish, no sex before marriage, no working on a certain day.
Pork is unhealthy though. And if the body is a temple, supposed to be a clean place, pork has logic behind it.
Cover your hair. Don't eat during daylight. These rules vary wildly from religion to religion. So, which ones are right? They can't all be. Most are completely unrelated to human well-being, but they all claim to be sacred. Sacred. That word gets used to end conversations. Once something is declared sacred, you're not supposed to question it. You're not supposed to touch it with logic. But anything that's afraid of questions was never strong to begin with. Truth doesn't mind scrutiny. It welcomes it. Only lies fear being challenged. Some argue that religion gives people purpose, but purpose doesn't need mythology. You don't need a creation myth to be kind. You don't need a divine reward to be moral.
I tend to disagree there. Mythical or not, I think the concepts and the elements and some of the theories can motivate people to do better and be better. I think left without the inspiration of some of these spiritual concepts and books, so this place would be a very, very dark place. The word dark just brought me to the concept of the Dark Ages, where we told when the religious books were taken out of society crumbled to be doing some very, very dark things like eating feces and eating babies. And we're told, and I'm sure someone will challenge this, that the Dark Ages came about because the religious books were removed from society.
Someone only does good because they want paradise, or avoids evil because they fear punishment. What does that say about their character?
In our religion, we're taught that desire of heaven or fear of hell is not enough to get you into the kingdom. The only thing that will get you into the kingdom is love, the love for God and acceptance of Jesus Christ. That's the mathematics that they give you. That's the formula.
It's compliance. The idea that we need religion to be good is insulting. It assumes that without a God watching us, we'd all be monsters. But most people already act with decency, not because of religion, but in spite of it. In fact, some of the most moral advances in history came from people who challenged religious authority.
But then there are those that may not behave morally without it. The same way some people can't see shit without glasses, and some people need them. And once they have them on, they can see just as well as the person who doesn't need them. Maybe religion works that way. You can't knock it just because you don't need it. Oh, my mama.
Who stood up against dogma. Abolitionists, scientists, human rights advocates, they often faced religious opposition. Let's talk about the scriptures. These are supposed to be the words of an all-knowing being, but they read like books written by ancient men.
Yeah, I definitely don't agree that the book is the word of God. However, I do not disagree with that. There are things contained within those pages, if you apply them correctly, can be utilized for you to have a more blessed life.
They reflect the biases, fears, and ignorance of their time. They contain violence, slavery, misogyny, tribalism, and revenge. They include stories of talking animals, magic tricks, and genocides carried out in the name of love. If you read these stories in any other context, you'd laugh. But because they're labeled sacred, people defend them. Some try to cherry-pick the nice parts. Others say it's all metaphor. But if you have to explain away every uncomfortable part as symbolic, why take it literally at all? Why not just read it as mythology and move on? And then there's prayer. Billions of people pray. Some pray for health, others for money, some for protection. But outcomes don't seem to follow effort. The sick still die. The poor stay poor. The innocent still suffer. When prayers are answered, it's seen as divine. When they're not, it's seen as mysterious. Either way, the belief is protected. That's not logic. That's confirmation bias. Religions often claim to bring peace, but history tells a different story. Wars have been fought over gods. People have been tortured, exiled, and burned alive over doctrine. Even today, people are killed over blasphemy, over disbelief, over cartoons. How can a belief in an all-loving being lead to so much hate? It's because religion doesn't just define truth, it defines enemies. Once someone is labeled a heretic, an infidel, an unbeliever, it becomes easier to dehumanize them. This isn't a bug in religion, it's a feature. Organized religion depends on authority, not earned authority, but claimed authority. Priests, imams, rabbis, they are treated as voices of God, but they're just people, trained not in science or ethics, but in doctrine. They often hold disproportionate power over education, over families, over governments. And that power isn't always used for good. In many places, religion still dictates law. It decides what women can wear, who people can love, what books can be read. It shapes politics. It shapes healthcare. It shapes what children are taught in schools. This isn't faith. It's control dressed up as virtue. And yet, even with all this influence, religion still claims to be persecuted. It demands special respect, special exemptions, special rights. But why should belief be shielded from criticism? Why should faith be above questioning when every other idea must stand on evidence? There's a double standard. If you say the earth is flat, people will correct you. But if you say the creator of the universe wants you to follow dietary laws from the Bronze Age, people nod politely. That's not respect. That's fear of offending belief. And it's holding us back. Religion doesn't just conflict with science, it resists progress. It teaches that the answers are already written, that the books are closed, that curiosity is dangerous.
Yeah, that these people that lived so long ago had an ability, a connection, and a privilege for an audience with the creator that all of a sudden us humans don't have. And we have to rely on their interactions and their experiences because somehow The creator that they say never changes and deals with each individual one-on-one doesn't with us like that. That throws me off. Oh, my mama.
But reality is not a closed system. The universe is not finished, and neither is our understanding of it. We now know how disease spreads. We know how planets form. We know how species evolve. We've mapped the genome. We've photographed black holes. But religion is still trying to explain the world with stories written by people who thought the earth was flat and the stars were holes in the sky. It's not just outdated, it's incompatible with honest inquiry.
It's like when the creator created the entire world, the universe, and all that, it threw elements in the mix, and that was it. All the matter, minerals, eons, protons, nuon, all that shit, that was it. What came in the box came in the box. Through existence, the creator never said, damn, I should have made one of these too and start throwing extra shit in there. So why would the creator out of nowhere pick the technology of a book? And I say technology because at one point there were no books. It wasn't even a book, it was scrolls. And these were scrolls that were written, letters, different accounts, historical accounts, allegedly. They were all compiled. And then they were put together, which is a book. And that at one point was the modern technology of storing and transferring information. Now we're into a time frame where books are looking to become extinct. Everything is digital. So why would the creator, out of all the things after he created the world, thousands or hundreds of thousands of years later, millions according to some, say, let me make a book? Nothing else. Not a handy tool, not create another place, just a book. A book. Words compiled of words that the humans created in languages that the humans created. That fucks with my head these days.
Religion asks you to trust, even when the facts say otherwise, to believe, even when reason says stop, to surrender your doubts instead of exploring them.
Jesus is coming back soon, and very soon. And you go week and year, your grandmama, she was singing that since a little girl, she's dead. Her mama, all the way on up to you, and you'll be singing it until your dying day, and it'll still be soon. And that's where I have a problem. If they were just saying he's coming back, that's one thing. But why they gotta say soon and very soon? That is a lie, y'all.
That's not a path to wisdom. That's a path to submission. Organized religion often presents itself as a path to truth.
It's almost like a perfect little jingle to keep generations of people just in one little pocket of behavior. And, by the time you get old and realize it wasn't that soon, you still die thinking, okay, it's going to be right after I die, soon for the next people. And that just goes on for years and years and generation after generation and generation.
But it starts with conclusions and works backwards. It tells you what is true before you have a chance to discover anything. That's not a journey, that's a script. And questioning the script is treated as betrayal. The moment a child begins to ask, why? Religion supplies a fixed answer. Why are we here? God. What happens after death? Heaven or hell? Why do bad things happen? It's a test. Every question has a shortcut, a placeholder, a pre-packaged explanation that doesn't invite discovery. It replaces wonder with obedience. And yet the answers are never clear. Ask 10 religious leaders the same question, and you'll get 10 different answers.
Oh, I won't complain, say, thumb through the word, and you know what's confusing? Between the experts is so much confusion. And I wonder if he's going to mention faith and how they just throw faith out there every time they don't have an answer.
Some say God is personal. Some say he's abstract. Some say he's loving. Others say he's vengeful. Some say he's everywhere. Others say he lives in a place. The contradictions pile up, but followers are taught to never see them as contradictions. In any other system, this would fall apart. If a university professor constantly contradicted himself, you'd question his credibility. But in religion, the contradictions are sacred. They're labeled as mysteries. It's a clever way of avoiding the obvious. If something doesn't make sense, wrap it in mystery and tell people it's beyond human understanding. But that excuse has limits, because religion doesn't just describe the unknowable. It claims to know the unknowable. It speaks for the creator of the universe. It tells you what he wants, who he loves, who he hates, what you should wear, what you should say, who you can marry, and how you should die. These are not small claims. They demand enormous evidence, but the evidence is always missing. Some argue that religion is just metaphor, that it's not meant to be taken literally. But if that's true, why are laws written based on it? Why are wars fought over it? Why are people killed for insulting it? Metaphors don't start crusades. Myths don't create theocracies. Religion only pretends to be symbolic when the facts catch up. Let's talk about the idea of divine morality. Many people believe religion gives us a moral compass, but religious morality is inconsistent. In some traditions, morality means covering your head. In others, it means killing apostates. In some, it's a sin to draw a picture. In others, it's a sin to dance. These aren't universal truths. They're cultural rules elevated by authority. If morality came from a god, we wouldn't need ethics classes. We wouldn't need courts or debates or discussion. But we do, because we disagree. Because moral understanding evolves. What was once considered moral, slavery, child marriage, blood sacrifice, is now condemned. Not because of religion, but because of progress in human thought. Morality is shaped by empathy, experience, and reason, not by ancient texts. Organized religion doesn't evolve easily. It resists change. It holds tightly to traditions, even when they cause harm. It took centuries for the church to admit the earth goes around the sun. It took lifetimes to accept that disease is not caused by demons. Even today, many religious institutions fight against gender equality, LQB rights, and
I mean, come on, man. You have logic. If you're going to apply all the logic that you're applying to this discussion, you cannot then throw that logic out when it comes to that subject matter, because you're talking about we learned where diseases come from and science has become more advanced. Well, we know for a fact, at least this one component, putting a penis into a rectum, a waste receptacle, is toxic. It's against nature. It's disgusting. It causes diseases. It causes a whole industry to make billions of dollars off of something called PrEP. And you're now bending your logic. You must be of that community.
scientific education. This resistance isn't accidental, it's structural. If religion admits it was wrong about one thing, it risks unraveling the whole system. That's why it clings to dogma, not because it's right, but because it's afraid to be wrong. Look at how religion handles doubt. Doubt is punished. Questioning is framed as weak.
That part of your body is designed in its actual literal structure to expel waste composed of a certain consistency, which is generally soft, easily mushable. What they practice on a regular basis is taking that same portion of your body that is designed to take things of a certain shape, of a soft consistency, and expel them a certain way. They go against that whole design with something of the same shape, of various sizes, of a whole nother consistency, the exact opposite, firm and hard, and force it up into that on a regular basis. How can you tell me that's designed by nature, or that's acceptable according to your logic that you apply to everything else? Please make that clear.
Some people are taught that even thinking the wrong thought is a sin. This is mental policing. It doesn't encourage growth. It breeds fear, and fear keeps people loyal, not because they're convinced, but because they're afraid of the consequences if they're not. In some countries, leaving religion is a crime. In others, it means being cut off from family, community, or career.
The Bible says it came to do just that. Bring a sword between mother and father, father and son, son and brother. It said it came to divide. It's crazy. Go check it out.
This isn't a system that respects personal freedom. It's one that enforces identity through threat of punishment. And still, we're told religion brings peace. But peace built on silence, shame, and submission is not peace. It's a quiet form of control. True peace comes from understanding, from honesty, from allowing people to be who they are, not from threatening them with eternal fire if they don't believe a certain myth. Speaking of fire, let's talk about hell. The idea that a loving God would create a place of eternal torture is absurd. No crime deserves infinite punishment. And yet,
Man, I don't know. I mean, I don't say I believe in that concept any longer. However, when you say no crime, some of the things people be responsible for doing to the young, hey, I might debate that with you, bro.
billions are taught that if they don't follow specific rituals or beliefs, they will suffer forever. That's not justice. That's psychological abuse. And who gets saved? That depends on the religion. In one, you must accept Jesus. In another, you must follow the 5 pillars. In another, you must keep kosher laws. Everyone believes they have the right formula. Everyone else is damned. This isn't unity. It's tribalism wearing spiritual clothes. Religions often speak of unity, but they draw lines. They divide the world into us and them. Believers and non-believers, saved and lost, chosen and condemned. This division creates conflict, suspicion, and hatred. It's not the path to global harmony. It's the source of endless strife. The more you look at it, the more organized religion looks like a self-protecting system. It creates the disease, guilt, fear, confusion, and then sells the cure. It tells you you're broken, and then offers salvation. But you can only get it through them, through their rituals, their leaders, their rules. It's not about truth, it's about control. And that control stretches into money. Religion is one of the most profitable industries on earth. Tax-free empires, mega churches, private jets, gold-plated altars. Meanwhile, believers are told to sacrifice, to give, to trust. This is not spiritual guidance. This is economic exploitation. And it's not isolated. From televangelists selling holy water to clerics controlling political budgets, religion has always had its hands on power and wealth, and it rarely uses that power to challenge corruption or lift the oppressed. More often, it aligns with the powerful, supports the status quo, and silences dissent.
I know, hey, a lot of what he's saying makes sense, but I can say this. I still appreciate going in a place where a lot of people come together, sing songs, and they just making an effort to be decent. Nobody's perfect. It's scandals everywhere. It's bullshit everywhere. But I was just talking to my daughter about this yesterday because I went to church last weekend. It wasn't no program. My mama didn't beg me to come for Mother's Day. It wasn't her birthday. I just went for the first time in a long time. And I just remember how much I enjoy just being around people that are trying to be good, trying to be decent, and they're happy. And they're trying to help and be loving one to the other. I appreciate that environment. Oh, my mama.
Even when it does promote charity, it often comes with strings attached. Food and aid are tied to conversion. Schools are used to push doctrine. Orphanages are used to recruit loyalty. Help is not given freely. It is traded for belief. Organized religion speaks of humility.
So deep, because my church where I grew up, I was taught that, like he said earlier, we got the truth and everything else is the false, fake. We are the remnant. Go look up the word remnant. We are the chosen. To believe what we believe makes us peculiar, the only ones. So much so, just know we go to church on Saturdays. That's how different. And then we have other things that we believe that or make us unique amongst all other Protestants. And we taught that the untruth, you don't study it, you don't believe in it. Go look up Ananias and Sapphira. You don't put unholy things in holy goblets. However, right now to this day, Bishop Noel Jones rents our church out every Sunday, doing way bigger congregation than us, to preach what we consider the untruth for $1. That's what it's come to. They allow what they consider a sacred pulpit, dedicated, consecrated to the holy God, creator of the universe. They claim to be the group of people, the remnant with the truth for the world. And they don't, all other portions of Bible professors that don't believe what we believe, they are in the darkness, they're apostate, And guess what? They're allowing them to preach their message right from our pulpit. As a matter of fact, it goes so deep, Seventh-day Adventists believe that the mark of the beast, the actual mark of the beast, is Sunday worship. Oh, my mama, go do a Revelation seminar. Sunday worship is the mark of the beast. And there are 70 Adventists right now. Matter of fact, today is Sunday. Noel Jones is 12/23 Sunday, August 17th. Noel Jones is in our pulpit preaching what we consider the untruth, the mark of the beast message from our pulpit. That's crazy as
But it claims to know the mind of the Creator. It speaks of love, but it condemns those who love the wrong people. It speaks of peace, but it divides and wounds. The language of religion is beautiful, but language isn't truth. The world is full of beautiful lies. There's nothing wrong with asking questions about existence. Why are we here? What matters? What should we do with our lives? But those are human questions, and we should be free to answer them using the tools we trust: science, philosophy, art, conversation, experience. Religion tells you the questions are already answered, that the answers are in a book, that you just need to stop thinking and start believing. But real thinking never stops. It deepens, it doubts, it grows. The truth is, we don't know all the answers, and that's okay. Uncertainty isn't weakness, it's honesty. Admitting we don't know opens the door to discovery.
facts. And it gives you a freedom of spirit. Man, that, whew, since you 2, 3 years old, being told you're going to hell, if this, if that there's eyes looking at you. Oh, be careful, little eyes, what you see. Oh, be careful, little ears, what you hear. There's a Father up above, and he's looking down in love. Oh, be careful, little feet, where you go. Now, you've seen each of those different ones over and over for each verse. I just switched them up, but it's like, yeah, crazy. Otherwise, you're going to get burnt. That is a cold pressure they be operating with. Hey, man, when you really caught up in that, it'd be hard to G-knock off, boy. You trying to be celibate, because you ain't married, because you single. So your she-nick getting like real jiggy, wet dreams and all that. And then you go try to beat your meat, and you just picture, oh, be careful, little eyes.
Pretending we know, based on ancient stories and circular logic, only closes it. Organized religion is not just a belief, it's a framework, a system built over generations, not to explore truth, but to preserve authority. It teaches people to stop thinking beyond a certain point, to accept what they're told, to confuse submission with virtue. But submission is not a virtue, it's a pause button on curiosity. Think about how religion protects itself. It's built on insulation. It surrounds its ideas with fear, shame, ritual, repetition, and group identity. Doubt is framed as betrayal. Disagreement is punished. Apostasy is condemned. This is not the behavior of truth, it's the behavior of ideology. Religions reward certainty, even when it's unearned. The more certain you are in your belief, the more devout you are seen to be. But in science, in philosophy, in honest thinking, the most dangerous stance is false certainty. Believing you know something you don't is how you stop learning. It's how you build castles on sand. We are told to admire faith, but faith means believing without evidence.
Bingo!
That is not a strength. That is the exact definition of gullibility. In any other part of life, this would be a mistake. But religion flips the script and calls it sacred. It asks for mental gymnastics. Believe that a book written thousands of years ago by people who didn't know about germs, atoms, galaxies, or human psychology somehow contains the answers to everything. That the creator of the universe cares more about how you trim your beard than about curing disease or ending hunger. You are taught that your deepest identity must come from people you've never met, writing laws you didn't choose, in a language you don't speak, during a time when slavery was normal and stoning was justice. If this weren't religion, we'd call it absurd. But it is religion, so we're told to call it holy. And these teachings are passed down with intensity. Not because they make sense, but because they're wrapped in emotion, in fear of death, in longing for purpose, in love for family, in belonging. And these things are real, but religion hijacks them. It exploits our emotions to keep the machine running. It teaches children that their eternal fate depends on following a path they never chose, that questioning it could cost them everything. This is not education. It's not spiritual exploration. It's emotional blackmail. You are told to be grateful for this system, to thank the heavens for rules you never wrote, for guilt you never asked for rituals that no longer serve you. You are told that without it, you'd be lost. But being lost is better than being trapped in a maze built by other people's fears. What's strange is that religion claims to free you, but its freedom is conditional. You are free, as long as you don't ask the wrong questions, or love the wrong person, or walk away from the group. You are free, as long as...
Yeah, he part of that community, y'all. I hear it steadily creeping through his, because that don't line up with the logic that he utilizes for everything else he's saying at all.
your freedom looks like obedience. There's no real safety in that. Real safety comes from truth, and truth can stand on its own. It doesn't need robes, incense, or temples. It doesn't need threats or promises. It just needs evidence and time. The universe is vast, mysterious, and beautiful. That alone is enough. You don't need invisible judges or eternal courts. You don't need to beg for forgiveness from something that hasn't introduced itself. You don't need to feel broken just for existing. If we need guidance, we have reason. If we need meaning, we can build it. If we need morality, we can shape it through compassion, not commandments. The more you question, the clearer it becomes. Organized religion is not here to help you think. It's here to stop you from thinking too much. It gives answers that can't be questioned. It claims authority that can't be challenged. And it calls this humility. But there is nothing humble about claiming to speak for the creator of the universe. What makes religion dangerous is not just that it's wrong, but that it closes the door. It teaches people to stop looking, to stop doubting, to stop changing. It claims perfection and then resists correction. That's not just unhelpful, that's toxic. There is nothing wrong with seeking meaning. There is nothing wrong with wondering about life and death. But the answers we accept should earn our trust. They should be open to question. They should be supported by reason, not wrapped in fear. Some say that religion gives people comfort, but comfort is not a measure of truth. A fairy tale can bring comfort. A lie can be soothing. But when comfort demands that we stop thinking, it becomes a prison disguised as a blanket. And that's what organized religion often is, a beautiful cage, a polished, ornate, golden cage, built with ritual, decorated with song, but a cage nonetheless. It limits your thinking, it demands obedience, it punishes curiosity. The human mind is capable of incredible things. We have mapped the structure of DNA. We've walked on the moon, we've cured diseases, written symphonies, and uncovered the age of stars.
I don't know about walked on the moon bullshit. If we walked on the moon, partner, why we can't walk on it again? That also defies the logic you're applying to everything. As humanity advances in knowledge, technology, and science, it doesn't just in one area have a decrease in knowledge. That makes absolutely no sense. I don't know why you threw that in there.
And yet, we still kneel before ancient myths as if they are the final word. It doesn't have to be that way. We can grow, we can think, we can admit what we don't know, and that is powerful. To live without pretending, to question what others fear, to build our ethics from empathy, not edicts. The more you strip religion of its rituals and its robes, the more clearly you see it. It's a story, one of many, told by men who didn't know where lightning came from, who didn't know the world was round, who didn't understand the brain or the body or the cosmos, and yet they are treated as oracles. They are not. They were guessing, like all humans do, and they were wrong, and we should say so, not to mock, not to shame, but to move forward. Organized religion doesn't make sense because it's not supposed to. It's not built for reason. It's built for tradition, for loyalty, for control. And the only way it survives is if we keep confusing submission for wisdom. But wisdom doesn't wear a robe. Wisdom doesn't punish doubt. Wisdom listens, it learns, it grows, and it never hides behind mystery. You are allowed to think for yourself. You are allowed to say, "This doesn't make sense." You are allowed to walk away from stories that no longer serve you. Thanks for watching. If you've ever found yourself questioning religion, you're not alone. Let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments.
I used to be a purse snatcher. I can't lie, I wanna get rich. I just bought my first scratcher. I fall asleep trying to listen to the church pastor. I just hope I wake up before the first rap. Carrots in the ears and one in the ring. I shine like the sun, I'm a son of the king. I'm just trying to keep it real in these verses. Give thanks for my blessings and deal with these curses. I must admit that I love these hoes, but can't fuck with no bitch with no ugly toes. I was born to be all I can be. Fuck the army, I'm trying to see all I can see. Can't treat my baby mama like she ain't gave birth to my blood, and I learned that I can't save Earth. I'm a rebel, I'm supposed to rebel. Living in this world is getting closer to hell.
My life is the puzzle I'm trying to put together. Rain or sunshine, no matter the weather. Joy or pain, crazy or sane. Steady follow the path and plan God made. My life is the puzzle I'm trying to put together. Rain or sunshine, no matter the weather. Joy or pain, crazy or sane. Steady follow the path and plan God made.
Now as a youth, I smoked big joints and never paid attention to a bitch point on everything. I don't think I'ma know it all, but I can break down things I don't know it all. Most of y'all wanna see this young man fail. They can't stand the fact I'm getting fan mail. Stayed in the bushes with a ski mask waiting. The devil made me do it, you can ask Satan. I really think I could've turned out worse, riding in a hearse through my burnt out turf. But God gave me style and grace, chastised me, gotta keep his child in place. He died on the cross, he know I ain't worth it. How could I be lost? He know I ain't perfect. I just hope on the yards I'm felt, trying to live life with these cards I'm dealt.
My life is the puzzle I'm trying to put together. Rain or sunshine, no matter the weather. Joy or pain, crazy or sane. Steady follow the path and plan God made. My life is the puzzle I'm trying to put together. Rain or sunshine, no matter the weather. Joy or pain, crazy or sane. Steady follow the path and plan God made.
I ain't trying to bang no more, I seen what that do. I love the hood though, y'all seen the tattoo. Violence ain't a problem when you grow up squabbing. Do time behind bars and so much robbing. But I'm cool, I eat chicken and waffles. And every now and then I like to listen to gospel. Jonah ran, the fish swallowed the man. So I'm doing what I can, trying to follow the plan. I can't stand in the suit behind the pulpit, but I can spit the truth to your mind, it's the bullshit. There wasn't many options for this black child. Born in Compton, followed by this black cloud. I just moved through the years so numb. I try to cry, but the tears don't come. I want platinum. Never is gold, my gold is cold. My mama think I sold my soul.
My life is the puzzle I'm trying to put together. Rain or sunshine, no matter the weather. Joy or pain, crazy or sane. Steady follow the path and plan God made. My life is the puzzle I'm trying to put together. Rain or sunshine, no matter the weather. Joy or pain, crazy or sane. Steady follow the path and plan God made. Snake in that puzzle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
It's the homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake Show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
It was SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch!
Spider Low, nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
So Spider looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the county.
What the?
Spider Low.
Spider Low. Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
Spider Low, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.
In the words of Spider Loke on my mama's mama.
Spider Loke's gear. This is Bay Mac.
Nate Blood, C-Mac. Shout out my Loke, Spider Loke, huh? Nate Blood, on hood. It's a beautiful world. You fight me? Fight, cred.
Point blank, do
no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my
continue.
competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be. Yeah.
You are now in the black box. Whoa. With Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang.
Let's go!
Do what I say, no matter what. Hit that button or that video on your screen. You have to, or you're gonna burn. No, I'm just playing. But click it. Continue to kick it right here in the black box.